Just hit record anyways. Disclaimer. Shadow of Gaming is intended for mature audiences. Games are rated anywhere between E to M and include content but not limited to fantasy violence, mature and suggestive themes and language. All interactions with our streamers and strangers are raw experiences and unscripted. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you. And now then, we are here. Hello, and good morning. Good evening, everybody. My name is Angel, and welcome to Shadow of Gaming, where I am a complete nerd, and I will butcher my intro every time, no matter how I do it and how I cut it. Any hoodles. So, as you all figured, it is a very strange month. It is spooky month. It is October, and I hope you're all having a fantastic October. We're more than halfway through. Are you guys ready for Halloween? I hope you are. I'm sort of ready-ish. I mean, I'm looking at a pile of stuff on my bed, so who knows. But I got a lot of games that we can play for the Halloween season. You know, get into the spooky month just as we normally do. And then we got a lot of stuff going on too. Like, I have a couple DJ sets I'm gonna be playing this week alone. So like, yeah, we're gonna be doing that in VR. As you can see, I'm kind of just getting my getup ready-ish. I mean, like, this is also kind of my normal look now, which I really appreciate. And, like, just my goggles kind of fits a little dystopic dysphoria, so to speak. Anyways, so why the intro I did for this stream specifically, I went from the Davy Jones theme to the lady humming music from Little Nightmares, and then Reigns of Castamere from Game of Thrones. I'm very much in an orchestral, theatrical, kind of gothic mood to do things right now. And just, I've been racking my mind for the past few months on figuring out how to make music, what kind of music I want to make, and like how to go about making my music and story content and just a lot of different things that I've been meaning to do with this channel. There's a lot that I have in the works. There's a lot I've been doing. There's a lot I haven't been doing. So I'm saying a lot solely because I have been doing a lot. And it's both a lot of something and nothing at the same time, where it's like, it's something valuable to me in which it's experience that I cannot not tell you guys about. But it's also nothing important where it really doesn't matter to you guys, of just I don't know if you guys like what I make. And as a content creator, I've been dealing within like the last 24 hours. I've just been dealing, not 24 hours, maybe 5 hours, just been dealing with an existential crisis of like, is my content worth making? What do you guys like about my content? And I always go through this cycle of shifts of like, I make a month worth of content, disappear for like 3 months, post another month. And that's just a cycle that I've been trying to break ever since I've been in college. Like, because I've been in school all my life. And then like, when I do find the time and willpower to actually create, there it is. You know, you get like a month's worth of content. And then I just kind of disappear under the radar because I'm busy spending my time studying. Well, legit studying, and then also like making sure I get my homework done for midterms and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just kind of stuck going through the motions. So that's something I've been having difficulty with as a content creator on YouTube, at least. Twitch, it's easier for me to do this kind of stuff where I am just going to end up running my mouth and just playing video games for a solid 8 hours straight. Now, Twitch side, it's easier to kind of like get paid out for my content. However, you guys know the moral ethical dilemma that I deal with as a YouTuber, content creator, Twitch streamer, what have you, you name it, like, of just being paid out with my work. And that's just something that's been racking my brain for like at least the last 3 hours minimum. And I go through this cycle so fucking often that I really like to admit. But I'm omitting ad revenue by swearing because I'm emphasizing a point here. I'm going right into a heavy topic out of nowhere. Sorry, guys. Welcome to the channel. My name is Angel, and welcome to Shadow of Gaming, where I'm a complete nerd, and we're redoing this intro. So, the reason why I'm bringing up a lot of this is because I did recently buy a humble bundle of just editing software, so video editing, photo editing, doing all the stuff that other content creators have done and doing what they do. Thing is, I've been in the YouTube content creation game for the past decade now. I've been a content creator. Like, I could have ridden the Five Nights at Freddy's ride had I stuck with it. But that's when I was entering my freshman year of college. And now I'm here almost 5 years out of college. And I'm still, like, doing what I do, Of going through that cycle of creation and not creation at the same time. I've been taking the title of Toonami of Twitch, and I'm slowly fulfilling that title, slowly but surely, where I actually have VTuber models and just my general VR chat avatars helping me with that aspect and that goal. And so that's kind of where things are at right now in the climate of my content that I want to create. I'm having a lot of fun though, just playing music and DJing and of course gaming. Because when aren't I gaming? Like, it's always once I'm done with all my work, I'm gaming for a solid like 16 hours straight, sleep for 2, get right back into classes, study, pass my tests, pass my homework, pass my exams. That's what it is for me. Like, the studying in all actuality came second to me. Like, I just want to play video games. I just want to have fun, and I want to play video games for you guys. Like, gaming is my life, and I've always said this. Gaming is my life. I'm a gamer. I'm a raver, and like, gamer first, raver second. Like, it's a lot of that. Where in the entertainment medium, I've actually always wanted to be an actor. I always wanted to be a voice actor. I always wanted to be a stunt. Well, okay, not always wanted to be a stuntman, but in recent years, I want to do stunt work too. So prior to me really delving into the Twitch side of things, I was actually doing things like rock climbing and parkour as well. So I could practice doing that. Like, if I could find my old Instagram clips, I would post it like in this. I'm actually recording my rant right now as we're doing this. So like, go figure. And so once I do get my full body tracking for VR, all hell's that's when the gates of hell are gonna let loose, and I'm just gonna oh man, that's just when things are gonna start flying and riding for me. And so I've said this before, and I'll always say this again, is that one of my biggest inspirations for a lot of what I do was machinima. The age of turning your video games into home movies and just creating a series out of current existing works. And one of my favorite creators, may he rest in peace, Monty Ohm, the creator of Dead Fantasy and the motion capture artist for Ruby and Haloid and Red vs. Blue, who did all the action sequences. I always did say I wanted to work with him. And so the fact my full body tracking it got delayed. My full body tracking got delayed, so it's going to be coming in on January 30th instead of November. So I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer, but yeah, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer for that, but I'm excited to be able to capture those moments and just do that kind of stuff. Because the other parts of my art that I want to create with Project Sapien and my music project that goes with that, and create a basically like an anime, like Interstellar 5555, the Daft Punk movie. I want to create that. I want to make my own version of that with my own music, and then also feature a lot of my friends in that too. So it's a big project that I want to do, and there's a lot that I've been trying to figure out, that I've been mentally laying down the groundwork of the story that I want to tell with it, and just figuring it out, but also just I see the spectacular thing, the adventures that's inside it, but it's just putting it onto paper has been a difficulty, and I've been dealing with this for like the last 8 months, minimally 8 months at least, if not the last year. And slowly pieces of it have been developing, pieces of it are coming together. I know the elements that I want in it, but with me as a creative, what really fucking sucks is like, I see all the different techniques, I see all the different ways I could do this, And like right now with where I am and who I am, I have to play every position. I have to be the director, producer, actor, editor, writer, all these different things. And so that's what's been difficult for me of actually getting anything off the ground is just lining it all up and not getting so focused on the technique because in my history of who I am as a performer, I am very much a technical person. I am as a kid I was always that guy who was like whenever there was a school play, I would be the one, being the narrator. Sometimes I'd be like extra number 5 and I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that as long as I get a little bit of some stage time. But like actually setting forth and putting the work down and just trying to keep it as much of a secret but also like give hints here and there about it, it's so difficult to talk about and do. And just when you see the vision that's in your head of what you want to create but whatever's put on paper can't keep up and it's not what it looks like, it takes a toll and it's difficult for sure. And so that's kind of why I just look so comically cartoon-esque because I live that. I live that and I love it because the field of animation, the field of creativity, the field of entertainment, movies, cartoons, anime, you name it, it's an important field regardless. It may not be the surgeon who's saving a life, who could be saving the life of the person who knows how to cure cancer. But when it comes to animation and entertainment, it may end up being the person that inspires the person who creates all the cool shit. Like the next phone, please. I'm trying to have an emotional moment here. The next generation of people who will create the next iPhone, who creates the hollow phone, who creates hard light technology, things like that. And that's what the entertainment medium is to me, is that it's meant to be inspirational, is that it's meant to help escape. It's like not an escapist fantasy. Well, yes, it is an escapist fantasy, but also it's just the realm of being able to express. Oh, excuse me. Also, my equipment. Don't forget, my mic is connected to my other camera, which is kind of connected to a stand, so it's a one-piece camera here. Yes, like I'm pretty sure I've explained this plenty of times on stream. And to go back to a lot of my stuff about streaming is that like I do more streaming to kind of cut through the time and keep myself with busy work rather than actually like going back in and editing and actually chopping it down and just like because I always say midstream of like yeah when this does go to YouTube like favorite and subscribe, but I never actually post any of my streams onto YouTube because they're 6 hour long streams and I've been doing this for the past year and a half now, almost 2 years now. And like that's 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, sometimes even 10 hours of one video over the course of 2 years. Who's going to watch all that? And that's something that's been difficult on me as well, where I have been facing a lot of trouble as a creator of like, well, I'm kind of stuck doing just these games because it's easier for me to play these without having anyone miss out on anything, on any of the content that's through there. And so that's kind of a big issue for me because I have a lot of great games. I have a vast, vast library of games. Hold on. Am I too small on the screen? I might change my screen up really quick. I'm so sorry. So I'm actually live streaming as I'm recording this, and this might actually just end up being a raw recording to go straight to YouTube. I say this more often than I like to, but this is actually legit me saying this of I'm going to straight up post this to YouTube of just what I'm going to be doing next on this channel. So there we go. Bam. There we go. So now we get a full screen of me. Hi, everybody. My name is Angel. How are you all doing? Excuse me. And so that's what it comes down to of I actually I have all these games. Hold on. Like, oh shoot. So beyond my brother having the PlayStation 4 and me just having just my Xbox One, like look at this, look at this. So I got Ratchet and Clank, you know, classic game, and I want to do a series with, like, I want to do a Let's Play series of this because I love this franchise. This game is one of my core memories. Watch Dogs Legion. Everyone shit on this game when it first came out, but you know, I want to play it solely because the concept of Watch Dogs. This is honestly Cyberpunk to me. I'd rather play this over Cyberpunk solely because this is the tech, the cyber tech I want to deal with versus what Cyberpunk does, you know? And don't get me wrong, who knows, I might play Cyberpunk at some point. Go figure. The Sly Cooper series. Like, yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn. Listen to this, listen to this. Unwrapped games. I could play these. Like, I want to play through all of these and show all you guys all these great stories of these games. And then I have everything on the Xbox Game Pass too. However, it's difficult for me to take 6 hours worth of live stream, including commentary and, you know, chat, chop it up, and then post it to YouTube versus just there is an option to post it directly from Twitch to YouTube. And that in itself is an okay thing to do, but no one's going to sit through 6 hours of me going through a game and doing that. I come from the era of Let's Players, like I said. From the era of where YouTubers like Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie, Manga Minx, Diction, these are all big names that exist in my realm of the YouTube space. There's a different realm of YouTubers for everyone. Like, don't get me wrong, everybody knows Mark because Mark is like one of the biggest ones, but I come from that era of gaming, and so I'm used to doing Let's Play styled content versus the kind of content I've been consuming as of late, which is like analysis videos, which I really do enjoy. However, I don't have the time and patience to, as a one-man army, I don't have the time and patience to go through, cut, and analyze these games and do that for us. And like, I want you guys to join me on the adventure that the games go through. And that's why I do it more live streamed than I do on YouTube. And again, YouTube, it's more for video-based content, more short-form consumable content. So the fact that this video at the time of this recording is 17 minutes long. I don't know how many of you are going to sit through the entire 20 minutes of that this is probably going to run through. But point in hand is, that's what it is. So, sorry about that. Sorry about that one specifically. But yeah, so that's just something that's kind of been running and racking through my head as we speak. And then, then there's also more things that I do. I do Warhammer 40k content as well, where I paint miniature Space Marines, and like I'd love to do some of those tutorials one day. Again, music production, it's kind of there, but it's also in my back burner. Yeah, VR content, especially with VR, like a lot of so a lot of what I do as of recently has been, I've been doing a lot of stuff in VR. Most likely when I post this is already going to be done, but I'm doing another charity event this month with my friends over in other VR clubs, and we're we're going to do another 24-hour charity event. So we have that in the works. And then playing for my friends. I'm playing for the Japanese clubs, and I'm doing all that stuff too. So managing all that 24 hours isn't enough for me to do everything. And I'm doing my best too. And yeah. I'm trying to make sure you guys get enough content. And like, I care for both sides. It's just Twitch happens to be more convenient for me versus the YouTube side, where the YouTube side I need to put a lot more time and effort and work into. So I hope you guys understand that and where I'm coming from and what's going to be happening with the channel. So please do understand that that is what we're doing and how we're going to be wrapping up this year. especially with like since we're in October now, December, gonna be running through the rest of the year. I'm gonna be shooting to do this more. So I'm gonna be doing more live gaming, of course, as always. But alongside that, I'm gonna be simul recording so that way I can segment my gameplay and post it to YouTube. I already did a little bit of that yesterday when I did It Takes Two with Hallow Fox, and so so within the coming days we're gonna have some of that. But then also I'm working on 4 a.m. Deadline Radio, which is my VR based um recording, not recording company, but like my where I go out, record my friends' sets, and post it to YouTube because as a DJ in VR, you're so busy focusing on like, all right, is my OBS working? Is my DJ software working? Is VR chat working? That you forget to hit record sometimes, and then boom, your set is just gone. And you could have been the best set you've ever played in your life. And I'm doing that for a lot of my friends. And I'm doing that like as a courtesy because I want my friends to be able to have their moments, to have those big yeah, like if you guys go check it out, the other channel, just 4 a.m. Deadline Radio. It's gonna have like a weird, really cool, like blue and pink type orb on it. That's the channel. That's all it is. I will not post any of my sets on there out of conflict of interest. This is a huge disclaimer from here on in. All my sets that I will ever play in VR will either be posted to my Mixcloud or onto here. Thing is, if I'm gonna have recorded footage of myself performing, odds are it's just gonna be my audio. No one ever like. I do get pictures of myself performing sometimes, but even then, like, you guys don't get to see the spectacle, so you have to come on in, all right? And it kind of sucks that that's gonna be a little bit of the case, but that's okay. I'm used to being the cameraman. I'm used to being background where I make sure people have the limelight. As much as I like to be in the front too, other people do it better. So I'm just doing my best to make my way by. But at the end of it all, I want to be able to reach out to a lot of people. End of it all, as a performer, I want to be able to play big crowds. But right now, I want to make sure other people get seen too. And that's a lot of what I do in VR too, with a lot of the clubs I work with. With Monochrome, that is my friend's server, that is my friend's club. And I kind of just help lay a lot of the groundwork that's there. But beyond that, like, our rule is play whatever you want. So yeah, any VR DJs, if you ever want to play an event, hit me up over on Twitter at ShadowWolf82 or at Monochrome VRC or Mono VRC. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing on that front of it. So that is about 23 minutes worth of video right there. So I'm going to have to wrap that up. I'm not going to give you guys an earful for a half hour. So on the YouTube front, as always, make sure to like, favorite, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you get notified whenever we post a new video on up. So that's, yeah. On the Twitch side, we're going to keep going. So for the time being, bye YouTube.